Hello all, this is Zimnala coming at you with another adventure in Hardspace Shipbreaker. We're gonna be continuing our no revival playthrough as we find another ship to tear into. Now we're probably gonna try out the new atlas that we've opened up, you know? There's no reason not to, other than the fact that it's mildly dangerous, but that's not gonna stop us, right? How bad could it be? Yeah, we're a little faster now. We have tethers. We won't have to cut up the ship nearly as thoroughly to push it in by hand. I still tend to like to grab most things by hand. Honestly, I find tethers to be pretty janky a lot of the time, so that's the real reason why that ends up happening, but they have their uses.
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded.
I mean, the danger in these is usually the thrusters.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
As long as we're relatively careful, we'll be okay. And we can grab most of the stuff that are in the cockpit from the very beginning. So let's do that. We don't have to worry about pressurization for a little bit, so that's not a current concern.
Salvage secured. Applying credit. Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
These usually take 2 to 3 days depending on how complex they are, and I'm hoping for 2, but we'll do it in as many days as it takes.
Salvage deposited. Applying credit to account.
Doesn't help if it's getting caught up on stuff though. But honestly, clearing out this room will be pretty
Credit
good.
applied. Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
There's usually a few things at the end that are a little hard to grab, so we'll do that. Nope, think we got it. Cool. Alright, then we can go a little higher up and start worrying about things like this.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Now I don't believe that we have full thrusters yet. I think it's too early in the progression chain, so let's pop them open and see if I'm right. It didn't have the covers, for instance. Like, usually there's covers on this. While we have the little thruster nozzles, I don't think we have the internal bits yet. So we aren't gonna have to cut our way in quite yet.
Salvage deposit registered. Account credited. Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
So you want to go in, you still want to hold on to it. As long as you're holding onto the back wall right here, you shouldn't be crushed by the sides. That's been my experience. Because they pull away from the middle, not towards the middle.
Salvage deposit secured. Credits
That
awarded.
certainly took care of that. That's all the lights. Now we're gonna get in here and try to pull
Salvage
out
deposit confirmed.
these
Applying
fuel
credit.
tanks, because they're the dangerous parts. So if we clear out these,
Salvage registered. Transferring
this
credit.
part won't really be all that dangerous. Something else we can do is kind of knock these out of way. So that just kind of gets them away from where they're at.
Salvage deposited. Applying credit to account.
So we want to kind of get both of these over there. And the same thing kind of with this. We want that over here. And if you grab both sides, it should spin a little less. That's the dream. Okay, so we can do the same thing here. Get that out of there.
Salvage accepted. Credit applied. Salvage secured. Applying credit.
Yeah, if you keep the fuel things in there, they can certainly explode, so that's what you need to be worried about.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited. Salvage goal reached. Rewards assigned.
So I'm gonna wait to the halfway point to grab it. That way, we'll know we'll last to the end of it. It'll still give us a warning, but we'll be fine. You can normally last 8 minutes and change with that first upgrade. So yeah, that had a little problems going in. Oh, you gotta be kidding. Hopefully it doesn't need another tether, but we'll see what happens. That one went in. I think it's gonna be fine. Now we can use this to actually knock these up and out.
Object processed. Transferring credits.
So we are doing that. That should work. I think it's already working. I think we're fine. Then we can use tethers on these as well to get where we want them
Credits
to.
deposited.
That might already be fine. Let's let it do its thing. We'll fix it if it gets caught on something. Okay, so then we just have to get in there and start sorting it out. Don't remember which side the opening was, but we can get in through the cockpit anyway. Don't need to guess. I guess we just guessed all the wrong sides anyway. But once we get in, make sure there's no flammables right next to us. Grab any posters we want. Start popping sides open. that's a soft crate. You want to watch out for those.
If you're fixing to dot the I's and cross the T's, you got about 5 minutes to do it. Weaver out.
So we are probably fine on a number of fronts. Our oxygen's not going to run out. We're probably not going to run out of fuel either. It'll warn us about probably one or both of them, but I think we'll be okay.
Warning. Fuel levels are low. Fuel supplies are available for purchase at the master jack.
Yeah, we're gonna try to crack it open all the way. Alright, that should be all the bits of it. Okay, so this wall is just really heavy. It's not that we can't move it. It probably needs a tether to move normally. So that means we come outside and we just tether it in where we want it. Oh, you're also not fully in, huh? Okay, then we can come over and make sure that we get that in there too. That should work. Get in there.
Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
Yeah.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
Yeah, so we're basically just gonna start knocking big chassis pieces in.
Salvage goal achieved. Rewards allocated.
But this one's just about as heavy as the other one, so we just knock that in the same way.
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited. Salvage deposited. Applying credit to account.
I think that tether's gonna fail. Yep, sure did. Tethers are a little unpredictable in what they're gonna do and not do. Sometimes they just spin it right around.
Salvage accepted. Credits applied.
Yeah, but as long as we don't spin around too much more, we're gonna have no trouble with fuel. As long as we're not like rolling around.
60 seconds left to wrap things up, Carter.
Processor deposit accepted. Credits awarded. Salvage secured. Applying credit.
Warning.
Salvage goal cleared. Rewards allocated.
Return to the master jack to purchase supplies.
Yeah, we're gonna be low on fuel when we start next time, but we won't be out.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred. Valuable object accepted for processing.
Well, that was a good first day. Actually got most of it done.
Hello, Shipbreaker. You have...
Howdy, Rook. So, this
Can't
can
skip
be
it. Nope, we're good.
an awkward subject, but you've probably noticed Lynx doesn't take great care of us. Up until maybe 100 years ago, workers like us would sometimes form these groups called unions and go toe-to-toe with the company. They'd argue for better wages, safer work, decent hours, that kind of thing. Lynx was actually part of getting rid of them, but some of us are trying to bring them back. I can tell you're a good person and a hard worker. The company will use you up. It's just built that way. So I thought you might be interested in the union news group. There are new messages every couple of days. Read them, don't read them, trash them, whatever. Just keep it on the down low. The others don't know about it. Weaver and Dee are a bit too by the book. Kaido is just too anxious. Poor kid. But I wanted you to have the info. I was glad someone gave it to me when I was new. Okay, spiel over. See you in the yard, Rook. Flew out.
Good morning, Cutter 9346-52.
There we go, got a couple of new posters. I think there's even more posters to grab in there. I just grabbed those two to start with. Yeah, we'll worry about upgrades when we finish.
Processing valuable object. Credit awarded.
I told you to grab, not push.
Welcome to Vendatron 9000. Thank you for your purchase.
Yeah, we're still good.
Restored.
Okay. I thought we managed to pop this off, but I didn't really want to do that last time. We're good. We got it moving now. So you have to kind of get it at the right angle to pop it off. But it's going. Okay, so what do we got here? Just a couple slabs.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
Okay.
Salvage registered. Transferring credits.
Yeah, so then the rest of this is pretty much just emptying out all these
Salvage deposit
rooms
registered.
and then
Account
tossing it
credited.
where it goes. We already pretty much took care of all the chassis.
Salvage deposit
This is
secured.
not going to take the
Credits
whole shift
awarded.
for sure. Like, I didn't expect us to get 70% of it done on the first day, to be honest. Huh, what's this? Do we get this one? Oh no, we'll grab it. What was that? It lost focus on it, I guess, before it pushed.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied. Salvage secured. Credits deposited. Salvage deposited. Applying credit to account.
Yeah, I didn't want to cut all these while the soft crates were in there. They are flammable.
deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Now it's pretty safe. There's a couple of things we can have. Yeah, we're not gonna need suit patch kit.
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded. Salvage secured. Account credit
So it's like
applied.
oxygen and stuff in here. We can do that last.
Credits deposited.
We're gonna want to break this. So that goes into the barge. There's a bunch of nonsense attached to it though, so that's a thing.
Salvage registered. Transferring credits. Salvage secured. Applying credit. Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
Yeah, we already got one of these, so we can safely barge the other ones. I know we got that one.
Salvage deposit registered. Account credited. Salvage secured. Credits deposited. Salvage deposit accepted.
Couple of lights
Credits
left in
transferred.
there. Okay, this area is sorted, this area is sorted. Okay, that is just whatever's down here.
Salvage accepted. Credit applied.
Yeah, so it's just whatever's attached to this now. Extra fuel. That. Alright, and I think everything else just gets tossed
Salvage
into
secured.
a
Account
furnace.
credit applied.
So I'm not sure if one will drag it in, but we'll watch to see what happens. We got plenty of resources at this point. And plenty of time. That was one of the smoother atlases I've taken apart. But to be fair, we didn't have to worry much about the actual thrusters, so we'll find out when we have to deal with the real one. But we'll do atlases until we unlock Titans. So yeah, they don't actually last long enough to get in. So it's not that it lost focus, it's that they only last a minute. That one should work, though. I don't think we need to intervene. I think we can just start heading back. So I don't think there's any more structural pieces. We can't do anything with those, so we can just return. I'm gonna believe in it. It's going.
Raw material deposited.
So we'll let it sort out for a second, and then we'll head into the hab. I think we got it. Solidified, it sure did. There we go. So we got everything but 0.5%. Nice, nice, nice. New rank.
Certification level awarded. License upgraded.
Hello, Shipbreaker. You have one income.
Hey, Rook. You ever think about starting your own business out there? You know, be your own boss? I swear, one day, I'll get a decent belt runner and make my own money. Maybe bring my old man along to help sniff out the good rocks. My dream is to tinker with ship designs. Maybe build some machinery to help with heavy-duty mining. Make it safer. If we ever both get out of here, I'd hire you in a heartbeat. If you don't end up coming with me, I hope you get to make your own way out there. Definitely ping me if you do. Lou out.
Now we'll get ourselves equipped up.
9346-52. Your designated sleep period
So we got
is now over.
pressurization to worry about
Have
now.
a great day.
Cool beans. We'll have to be careful. Let's see what's going in here. No new messages. Cool. Yeah, we'll get ourselves set up. Repair that. Thrusters aren't usually a problem. If we go a little slower, I won't be sad about that. So we're gonna probably do another Atlas, so let's get that going. We want to be a little stronger. Since we're gonna have to do 2 days, we can worry about replenishing our tethers next time. We should get enough points on the first one to have that be a thing. I'd rather use it on the force push, because that'll let us move things around a little easier. But yeah, I am going to call this ship session here, and then we will pick it up again in the next video. Y'all take care now. See you later. Bye-bye.